Inside a year of the system's launch, Metal Gear Solid has come to the Nintendo 3DS. Though not an original adventure, this port happens to be the next best thing, a slightly upgraded version of one of the franchise's best entries. Metal Gear Solid 3 features some of the franchise's best characters, bosses, and one powerful story that perfectly exists in the shadows of real history. Taking a break from Solid Snake's increasingly complicated adventures in the modern world, Snake Eater tells an origin story of sorts of the franchise that traces back to the Cold War. Those of you who haven't played MGS3 should definitely pay attention to Snake Eater 3D. For a game that's nearly a decade old, MGS3 holds up remarkably well on the 3DS. Though it visually doesn't match some games that are specifically tailored to the system, there's no doubt this game is very sharp. At times, the jungle seems to come to life, full of plants, animals, and guards armed to the teeth who would love to kill you. The 3D effect in this game is particularly potent, though at times you'll want to turn it off to focus on who is in the area rather than how far away they are. Unfortunately, this game is held back by a few key things. One is the game's frame rate, which can be downright sketchy, seemingly displaying Snake in slow motion at times. It doesn't greatly impact your ability to actually play the game, but it is noticeable. Secondly, the game was designed to be displayed on a television, and as a result there is often a bit too much detail to be effective in a portable setting. Is that a guard? Is it a blade of grass? Is it a rabbit? Too often the limits of the 3DS's smaller screen can get in the way of a game that simply wasn't quite designed for it. Lastly, the game's camera can be a bit of a problem. Though players will have full control through the 3DS's face buttons, or a second analog stick if you have the Circle Pad Pro accessory, the camera is a constant obstacle, requiring a great deal of manipulation. A decade ago, this was somewhat excusable. Now it's not. Beyond that, Metal Gear features a great story, great voice acting, great music, and great overall presentation. The series has built a reputation for these things, and MGS3 is only further proof of that. Taking a bit of a departure from the series' norms, MGS3 evolved its stealth action formula by focusing on Snake's need to blend in with his surroundings, not just hide behind objects. A camouflage system encourages players to find color schemes that are similar to the environment, which is primarily tracked through an on-screen percentage meter. Snake Eater 3D takes this one step further, allowing players to take photos with the 3DS's camera and converting those images into camo textures. Though the predetermined in-game selections are generally better, it's certainly possible to come up with strong alternatives. MGS3 also forced players to think about Snake's basic needs such as food and medicine. In the game, players will need to monitor Snake's stamina as well as the location of his injuries, finding basic food and performing operations to allow his stamina and health to recover properly. Not doing these things can significantly impair Snake's mobility and stealth or, more simply, kill him. Above all else, Snake Eater is about two things: stealth and action. Both are in top form here, though you're far better off avoiding all-out action whenever possible. Being spotted by the enemy can place you in a world of hurt, and escaping your foes can be a great challenge. Some significant changes have been made to the game's controls this time around. Shoulder buttons can now be used for aiming and shooting, and the touchpad allows for faster access to critical options. The changes are subtle to some degree, and the slightly outdated nature of the game will make you wonder why you can't climb on everything you see. Still, this is definitely the most fluid version of MGS3 yet. Snake Eater 3D is a strong port of an already excellent game. The key thing to consider is whether you want this game in portable form, which does come with some limitations. MGS3 wasn't exactly designed with the 3DS in mind. Lengthy cutscenes don't suit gaming on the go, and the attention to detail can be lost on the smaller screen. However, in exchange you get some great 3D effects and some great control enhancements. Bottom line, if you want an epic adventure for your 3DS, it's hard to do better than this. For more on Metal Gear, head over to IGN.com.